Hey guys, welcome to the Play for Life Comics FOC Show. Final order cutoff for 4/30/22. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. What this is the final order cutoff for orders for comics coming out 3 to 4, in some cases 5 to 6 weeks out. Some depending on. Um, and what we do, we don't show all the comics. We show what we think might be of interest. So number ones, key issues, great covers, things like that. Of course, there's dozens of other comics you can order every week through FOC. The best way to access that is going to be through previewsworld.com or lunardistribution.com. Both of them have their own FOC sheets that you could go up there, and we do have a link to our sheet to where you can fill out all the ones we have are on there, and then there is a blank space for special orders. So if you want 10 of something, or you want something that we're not featuring, we can still order it, but we leave you a space to do that. And again, most of these are going to be probably about late May to some early June. So we'll get started on this stuff. There's some really cool stuff coming up, so let's get going. Pearl number 3, or Pearl Volume 3, number 1 of 6. This is the Brian Michael Bendis story about the girl who has like powers that she accesses through tattoos of those powers, kind of reminiscent of that X-Men character. This is Volume 3. It started with DC. Somehow it's spun off into Dark Horse. So there you go. A couple great covers, though. Good Peach Momoko cover there. Got kind of that Asian tattoo vibe thing going.
Yeah, her art works perfect with this story.
Right. Yes, it jives with that very well. My Little Pony, number 1 from IDW Comics. Of course, they've had a couple of ongoing series with Friendship is Magic and a couple of the others. This is if you got a kid in your life where you enjoy it yourself, it's a good point to jump on to a great story. These have always been very popular for us. Again, this is coming out 5/25, so we're roughly a month out on that book. This is just a Suda cover. Kind of almost got that. It makes me think of like Roger Rabbit, like a cartoon in the front with a live action in the back kind of thing. Carnage number 3. This is so apparently Eddie Brock is rejecting Carnage. Cletus is rejecting Carnage. And if you go back in the old stories, when Eddie Brock rejected Venom, that's what created Carnage. So this has the potential to be the catalyst for a new symbiote, and those always do well in speculative matters, usually as far as collecting goes. Great Kendrick Lim A cover. Great looking Bjorn Berens. I think this is a scroll cover.
Yeah, he's been really doing all those great Spawn covers lately.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, great looking kind of Carnage Eyes scroll cover. Yeah, great work. So there you go. There's a good key, and that is June 1st. So yeah, about a little over a month out. This is the big one we're excited for. Now, when Fortnite last did a crossover with Batman, with DC in general, it was a big deal. The Batman Fortnite, I think they called it 0 Hour or 0 Year, something like that. This is crossing over with 0 Point, which is Marvel Point 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's shards of things called Point 1 that I guess in the grand scheme of the game, you're going to have to find these things, but they're trying to split the crossover back apart, that kind of thing. So it's Marvel crossing over into the Fortnite universe. When they did this with Batman, the kids were going crazy over this stuff because you get skins for the game in the book. There's codes in the book that when you redeem them in the game, which is if your kid plays Fortnite or you play Fortnite, they go crazy for a new skin or a new weapon. All that stuff is huge in that. And you get each book comes with a new thing you can unlock within the game to make your character look cooler. And I'm assuming they're all Marvel related. I know with the DC stuff, you can unlock a Harley skin, different stuff. So these have potential to be really cool. They tend to come polybagged with the codes hidden in there. So we expect this to be very popular. This is the Lionel Francis Yu cover. Great looking cover. Some of the Fortnite characters and Spider-Man and all that. You got a Donald Mustard cover. I had to get educated on this, guys. Donald Mustard is apparently one of the main design artists for the game, for Epic Games, which is based roughly 30, 45 minutes from where we're at here in the Raleigh.
It's in Cary, North Carolina.
Yeah, and I mean, that company, they bought a mall, the whole thing. They're doing it over there. So, but Donald Mustard, from what I understand, is one of the artists that the people that play the game really follow because he's one of the head designers, all this. And the artwork he does for the covers is usually pretty good. It's a little more like kind of a simplistic art style, but it's usually pretty nice. You got a C cover, Ron Lim. Bill Sienkiewicz, great looking cover. And it actually, when I first saw it, I thought it might be like an Andrea Sorrentino cover, but it's definitely a Sienkiewicz. Great looking cover. Got that Old Man Logan vibe. And that is 1 of 5, and that is out 6/8, so a little over a month out. So definitely get the orders in for that one. Avengers Forever number 6. This T'Challa becomes Vibranium Man in an alternate universe. So first appearance. Avengers Forever has been pumping out first appearances. So it's been a good series. It'd probably be a good run to put together that's still fairly obtainable. Phil Noto B cover. Always love his works, kind of a watercolor style. Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 23. You got a Giuseppe Camunculi cover. This does not seem to be the cover that everybody's really hot and heavy about. The one that seems to be getting the buzz is the B cover. The Takeshi, I'm going to tear this name up. I apologize. Takeshi Miyazawa. But you got some of your classic bounty hunters on there. Bosk, I think the other guy's name is Dingu, and IG-88. So there you go. There's a great cover for Star Wars Bounty Hunters. X-Men 92, House of 92, number 1 second print. Great classic cover with, or great cover with kind of got Professor X's 90s style wheelchair on there, so that thing's great. Elvira in Horrorland. This song had me singing the Oak Ridge Boys song, or this comic had me singing the Oak Ridge Boys song here just a minute ago. Apparently every horror movie that's ever been made kind of unlocks like a rift in reality. And she's stuck in this land where all these things are just kind of on a loop, right? So you got a great Dave Acosta A cover, John Royal B cover. Both of them look kind of based off of Psycho.
Yeah, because C cover is definitely the Psycho cover.
Yeah, it's got the movie poster style. Sylvia Califano. You got a great photo variant and a blank. So Barbaric, which was a series that was coming out about a year ago, maybe 2 now. This is a one-shot based off of that series. I think that one ran about 6 issues. So if you've been biting at the bit to get a little more barbaric in your life, this is a one-shot. Harvest Blades number 1, 6/29/22. So this is almost 2 months out. So they're really trying to get those orders in. I believe this is from Behemoth Comics. You got a B cover from Richard Pace. That's my favorite out of the 2. Dreadful Dreamscapes number 1. Apparently this is like an ultra-violent, super bloody book. I believe this is from American Mythology. And it got a talking blade.
No, that was the other one.
Oh, okay.
Previous one. This is just an anthology of sort of horror stories told by some of the greatest, best horror writers and stuff
Okay.
there are today. And it's sort of the classic horror stuff. And it's going to be an anthology of all those stories as it goes through the various issues.
Okay. And I like a good anthology horror piece. I think it lends well to the genre. You got a B cover from Nadia Krofschek. Going on to Endangered. This one's interesting. I'm going to let Hansel take this one over. This one's got kind of a cool sci-fi twist to it.
This is where the world's environment has been made uninhabitable, and sort of the fate of the Earth falls on a group of scientists who are in a low orbiting satellite, and they're going to try to solve the problem and fix the environment so the Earth can be re-inhabited. But unfortunately, when they do so, they also mutate the world's insects. And now the fight is for survival with these new creatures on the loose.
Pretty scary stuff. Something that might be in our future. Who knows? So there you go. There's Endangered 1. I'm not sure on the maker on this. This might be Humanoids, I believe. Good Boy Volume 2, number 1. If I remember the premise of this one, this is from Source Point. I think he was like a cop, but also a werewolf. So, that gets pretty interesting. You got a Kit Wallace A cover, Donica Bryan B cover. So there you go. Good Boy Volume 2. Ultramax. Now, this one sounded cool to me. Another source point. Apparently, this guy's, doesn't have superpowers. Somehow, he gets lucky. He does the impossible. He kills a major superhero. Because he does that, they stick him in the Ultramax prison where they keep all the supervillains. And he's got to navigate that and figure out how to get by in that world. So, definitely an interesting premise. If you've ever read like Jupiter's Legacy stuff, anything like that, it's got that vibe all over it. So there's one to check out there. Action Comics 1043. I've been loving these Eaglesham A covers. We were talking about it. I'm a big fan of like vintage pulps and things. These covers have that old Conan feel. Apparently, this is the first appearance of the first Mongol from way back, Stone Age type stuff. So they're bringing that whole, time jump stuff in there. So that could be really cool. Got a great Tedesco B cover. Just really clean lines on that stuff. I think he does great work as well. Batman Fortress, number 1 of 8. Derek Robertson A cover. Apparently there is a superhero.
An alien invasion of Earth, and Superman's nowhere to be found to help fight off the invasion. So it's going to be up to Batman and the other members of the Justice League to try to hold the line and protect the Earth.
So there we go. We got, and if you just want a good mini series to jump in and out of, that's a good one. If you're a Batman fan and don't want to read the last 100 issues or 130 something, wherever they're at right now. Great B cover from Dolly. That's the card stock. They're typically $1 more. You got DC Pride 2022 one shot. Of course, this is the one shot that'll be a lot of vignettes of the LGBTQ characters in the DC universe. And sometimes they throw a first appearance in these things, and I've seen these kind of books heat up a little bit. So there's a good one there. DC versus Vampires Hunters one shot. Apparently this one, you got Damian Wayne. He's kind of jumping in as a vampire hunter.
It ties into DC versus Vampires.
Right.
So it's sort of an offshoot story of that storyline that I think hasn't finished up yet.
No, I think we're about 2/3 through, if I had to guess. I want to say there's 7 out of 10 or somewhere in there, 7 out of 12 maybe. So there you go. Miko Suyan cardstock cover, another great artist that I think's a little underrated right now. Deathstroke Inc. number 9.
This is tie into the shadow war between Talia al Ghul and the League of Assassins and Deathstroke and his army, because she believes that he murdered Ra's al Ghul. And of course, Batman is trying to actually find out who the real murderer was to prevent an all-out war from happening.
So this is John Boy Myers A cover, but the cover that really I like a lot is the Derek Chew B cover. I always forget her name. Is it Vengeance? The female Deathstroke.
Yeah.
So this is out 5/25/22. Great B cover there by Derek Chew. He's been doing a great job on all the Harley covers as of late. So there's something to check out there. Teen Titans Academy number 15. This is the final issue of the series, which has been a pretty good series. You got a Tom Derenick and Matt Herms A cover, and a Todd Nowak cardstock B cover. And it is the last issue of the series and the last issue of our show tonight. So we do appreciate you guys joining us again. Check out the form that we attach below. There's plenty of space for other things you may want to order. Previewsworld.com or lunardistribution.com for your DC books are the two to check out. If there's other things that we have not featured on the show that you would like to order, we do ask that you get those orders in by midday Saturday. And then we get them in and we'll have them here for you. And if you're an out-of-stater, reach out. We'll work out a way to get them shipping. We have shipping rates. We ship all the time here. So definitely check that out. We appreciate you guys joining us. I hope you all have a great, safe week. Check out our sales show Tuesday nights at 8 Eastern, Thursday nights at 9 Eastern, and Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern. They're a good time, and we appreciate you guys. And
one last thing before he slips out of here, guys. We're doing a charity auction on May 8th. All the proceeds will go to CDH International.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to come spend a little time with us on Sunday morning, 9 to 11, all of our proceeds are going to go to their foundation. So it'd be a great way for you to help out.
Absolutely. And that is on Mother's Day. And check out cdhinternational.com. There's a lot of info about it. It's a heartbreaking birth defect that's close to our hearts, and we're trying to help out. So we'd love if you guys join us. So we appreciate it, and y'all have a great day out there.